Hace 700 años, el mundo se detuvo expectante cuando por vez primera se imprimió en un papel. Pero la tecnología no se estancó ahí y continuó desarrollándose a pasos agigantados, abriendo infinitas posibilidades en todo tipo de áreas.
La impresora puede hacer la maqueta de uno o hasta construir un edificio. Mira esto, es la fotografía del mañana en el día de hoy.
Soy Amaro Gómez Pablos y esto es Al Límite de la Ficción.
Esto es interesante porque cuando uno está en esta tienda tú dices, uy, de los 35 milímetros nos fuimos a la digital y ahora esto.
Ya, es la evolución de la foto. Nosotros tenemos 89 cámaras que toman 178 fotos. Ahora estamos tomando el ángulo 3D de ese momento, ¿no?
Es bastante parecido, ¿no?
Sí, sí, muy guapo este señor. El scan se demora 1,5 segundos.
Nada más que eso. Y es aquí adentro.
Es aquí adentro.
Voy. Luces,
¿Listo?
cámaras.
Acción.
Exacto.
Entonces, de las 178 fotos, estamos mirando como a 30 ángulos que la gente quiere ver.
No, increíble. ¡Wow! Impresionante. ¿En qué estado se encuentra hoy esta tecnología y cuál es la gama de posibilidades?
Muy buena pregunta. Yo creo que el gamma todavía no lo conocemos, todavía no sabemos las posibilidades de esta tecnología. Recordémonos del Internet cuando empezó. En el 1995 empezó como el AOL y nosotros nos conectamos al mundo.
Pero no teníamos idea de lo que iba a ser capaz.
Exacto. Y nosotros ahora estamos en el año 1995 con esta tecnología. Todavía no sabemos lo que tenemos en nuestras manos. Uno puede imprimir una casa en cemento en un día por $10,000. Hay compañías que están haciendo eso ahora en este momento. En Dubái ellos imprimieron el edificio más grande en 3D.
3D printing offers the ability for anyone, not just quote-unquote people labeled as architects, to build and create things where there had not been a building or a project before.
What can we do today?
We could build it faster because we could do things in one unit less. If it took weeks, now it's days. If it took days, it's hours. If it took months, we're now talking days and weeks. So we're doing it way quicker, way safer.
How about reusing much of the material? Can you do that or not?
One of the other great things is that it's 100%, there's no waste. There's no wastage at all. You only use exactly what you're going to put into field. Everything else is recirculated. An activator onto a bed of sand that's been mixed with certain ingredients that are going to cause a chemical reaction, and we're going to produce a calcite, a type of stone. This is called magnesium oxide cement. So this was what was used before the current method of Portland cement came out. The scale is irrelevant. It could be, I could be designing, this could be a doorknob, it could be a space station. It doesn't matter.
Terra is short for terrestrial analog.
Y esa es la casa que van a construir aquí en la Tierra, emulando lo que van a hacer en el Marte. construido por una impresora 3D.
This will be constructed by the world's largest 3D printer, which is what we have fabricated. Nothing else can print this high.
And you're going to be experimenting with what sort of materials? Bioplastics?
We're using the actual material that we used to print our Martian habitat for the NASA competition, which we've reground, and we're using it again for building Terra. This other material that we're using is actually recycled from water bottles. So it's not the small water bottles, it's the big water bottles. And both of those will be combined and used to build Terra.
I realized that using my money, my land, for a project that I wanted is really the only way I'm actually going to get this technology explored. It's illegal to build in 3D printing in any structural sense. How did I get this approved? This project is the first permitted project in the United States, actually.
En 3D. Qué
in 3D.
bueno.
Yeah, it's the first one. The idea was that we were going to build a pool and a pool house, and the reason we chose it is because we started out with what we could do today. So right now, we have the ability to print foundations for a pool.
3D printing allow you basically to also contemplate forms that are, would be much harder in traditional architecture.
In fact, it is the only process that I'm aware of that I could have achieved this type of design without an extraordinary amount of money, time, and effort. Perhaps I'm using the process itself to push the ideas and the narrative, but I can't do it any other way without it being ridiculous. I can't do that roof. Imagine what it would take to form that in plywood or other, traditionally we pour concrete into a form. This doesn't do that, there is no form. So that is sort of what is very unique, and it uses the very process itself to tell the story. So I can tell new stories with a new process. So the problem with technologies is typically when they all emerge, it's only about the technology itself. So there was a moment when the architect was the master builder, and that was sort of the original idea of what an architect was. We all carry around the technologies to do all these things. So it's a natural progression to assume that architecture is going to be the next phase of that development.
Human equation out, almost.
For the most part, right? That is our future as well, because this could all be driven from a remote site. We're going to see a tremendous leap in the industry. I think people are sitting on the sidelines trying to answer the few questions that remain and try to deal with the legislative issues as well, because
And then it's going to be exponential.
I think we're going to see
Exponential.
logarithmic, double and double and double and double. We're going to see that very quickly.
Fantastic.
We're going to be driving our automated cars to the sites and having robots open the door for us to our automatic houses, right? I think that one little thing could change the world.